Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping by yet again. So I come across this story here. It says one home burned as wildfire grows to 5,000 acres and firefighters brace for more extreme heat and winds. It says a fast-moving brush fire that began September 1st and exploded overnight in the Verdugo Mountains was threatening homes and keeping the 210 freeway closed. As you can see that picture there. He goes on to say a brush fire in the Verdugo Mountains north of downtown Los Angeles has burned for more than 5,000 acres, making it one of the largest fires in the city's history and one that officials warned would grow larger if erratic weather conditions continued. Hundreds of firefighters battled the blaze overnight and into the morning, and at one point the flames were spreading in four directions amid intense heat and wild winds. One home was burned, but no injuries have been reported, officials said Saturday. Those firefighters will face another day of triple-digit heat in inland areas of Southern California as the heat wave that has gripped the state, continues. The National Weather Service said temperatures could reach 110 to 115 degrees in the hottest areas, and hillside areas could experience more of the shifting winds that help fuel what has been dubbed the Latuna Fire. And you can see here the helicopter there. Goes on to say, our priority is saving people and saving property, Los Angeles Fire Department Chief Ralph Terrares reports at 10 a.m. news conference in Lakeview Terrace, where he was joined by the Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti. He said there was a lot of unburned fuel in this area, he warned, noting that the last fire in the area was some 30 years ago. It says that they both of them cannot recall any fire that has been larger in recent history, and they said our biggest concern is the wind and the weather. The erratic weather is the number one challenge. If there's no wind, it's a relatively easy fire to put out. But when the wind changes, it changes our priorities because other priorities become a risk, he said. The fire was 10% contained Saturday morning, officials said. Winds were blowing between 10 to 15 miles an hour with the humidity at 10 to 15%. The combination of dry brush, high heat, low humidity, and shifting winds make it possible for the fire to spread, officials said. We are worried about the fire hooking southeast into Glendale and working its way up into the Whiting Woods area, Garcetti said. Late Saturday morning, the city of Glendale announced voluntary emergency evacuations in the Glendale Oaks and Mountain Oaks neighborhoods. Residents in the city's Whiting Woods neighborhood also were told to be prepared to leave. Despite the size of the fire, it has destroyed only one home in the southern region of the Sunland to Junga area, officials said. But if you go right here, this guy right here, he says in the distance appears to be two houses fully engulfed, and this is hashtag Latuna Fire, and as you can see here in his picture, so there may be more homes than just the one that they're reporting right now. It goes on to say the overall evacuation order affects hundreds of homes. Burbank police were going door to door early Saturday, urging residents to evacuate on Haven Way, Joaquin Drive, Lonely Place, Remy Place, Mystic View Place, and Viewcrest Drive. Groton Drove and Hamlin Place, east of Stephen Road, also were evacuated. Goes on to say that the fire was burning on multiple fronts southwest of the 210 freeway, which remained closed Saturday morning between Glendale Freeway and Sunland Boulevard. It was not known when the freeway would reopen. And you keep going down here. It says she said she could see the blaze from the front window of her home in Haynes Canyon above Latuna Canyon Park, where she lives with her husband, 8 chickens, 3 cats, and a dog. So, I mean, they got a full house there. But she said they had not been ordered to evacuate. And here's some pictures here of the super scoopers making their water drops. But, I'm not going to get into much more of this. It's just a bunch of, it's basically just people talking about the fire and, because this is going to be an ongoing story. Like this is, I think, unfortunately, if the weather doesn't cooperate, this is going to get much, much worse. And so my thoughts and prayers go out to everyone in this area who's battling this blaze right here, as you can see. And if the weather doesn't cooperate, it's going to get much worse, as they're already sent out the evacuation orders to the two areas there where this fire they think is going. So, I'm going to continue to report on it. This is just the beginning, unfortunately. Hopefully, we get some good news. But when there is some updates to the story, I'll definitely be sure to report on it. So, again, this is another tragic event going on here in the States. Weather related, basically, right? So, anyways, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate every single one of you. Have a blessed day. Peace.